Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Now, in the last episode we decided that we'd go through those curtains.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull them open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A small, terrified O escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round-faced bird in her hands. Off we go. Alright, slightly creepy. What do we have here? Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. And the portrait? A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. I think that the haircut is probably the manliest thing about that, other than the jawline. I'd be more worried about the makeup if I were you. Either way, what do we have in here? Nothing else apart from the door.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Unlock it.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Kim, maybe you should...
Detective, you're the one in charge.
Lieutenant motions toward the door. Okay. Just saying. It's just an apartment, really. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Although that sound is unnerving. The posters say Sitius Fortis. The rest is worn off. Fortis is strength, I think. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. I remember those from school.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
Prove our strength.
It's 60 kilograms.
Oh.
Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
He doesn't look like the kind of man who could lift 60-kilogram barbells.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard should just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that.
No.
It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory.
It's not just a memory.
A memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Yeah, we're not lifting the barbell. Do you have anything else in here? Oh, we can talk to Kim. Is that it?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's the Netherworld, beyond the whale. Looks like a gym to me. I think this may be the Artemitep's boxing club for young athletes. Maybe.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed.
Oh.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
We shall. Good tip with a flashlight. It's just a matter of where is it? Do we have one? Kim said we had one. I don't see one. I'm holding a yellow plastic bag. We've got... Wait, do we have gloves? Equipped electrochemistry interfacing. Yeah. Not really. No, we don't have a flashlight. What are you talking about, Kim?
Yes?
Do you have a flashlight? Never mind. You don't have a flashlight. Off we go. With or without a flashlight. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. And Kim wants to talk again.
It's dark.
The lieutenant states the obvious.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Flashlights go in hand?
Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them.
That makes no sense at all.
I'm sorry, the fundamental laws of the universe don't seem to agree with you, detective. But the fact remains that it's too dark to see in here without a flashlight. So come on, we've got work to do.
But I don't have a flashlight. Where is the flashlight? Oh, there we go. Now I've got it. Kim just give one to me? I don't know. Either way, I'll take it. I like how basically I'm looking at things with the flashlight. Okay. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. A wild animal stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. I don't like the shadows that come from down there. And the creepy puppets don't make it any better. Airship rotors covered in spider webs that remind you of blades. Okay, can I go above this? No, I'd have to go all the way around. That's fine. Doesn't need to be that quickly. Oh, free real. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. I do not like the sound of that. There's stairs up. We'll ignore them for now.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Spectre drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine it.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
One of them is a welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Meta commentary there from the developers, I assume. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
I have experience with neither of those two things.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
I like the thought that we're just telling our brain to keep reading, stop talking to us, read.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
Okay. What about this little box? What even is
This
that?
appears to be some kind of machine with a
Coffee maker?
cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Maybe not a coffee maker.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
The lieutenant notes, observing the machine. Press print.
Nothing happens.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
I figured. Press play again.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess if we had a quote-unquote memory, we could play something with it. Maybe we'll find one.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
I see. What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
They maybe couldn't pull it off, but they could theorize it and then move to somewhere where they could pull it off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Oh yeah, now that I looked at it, I didn't realize this before. They just drew that on the wall. I thought it was a piece of paper at first. Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Huh. Okay. Actually... Oh, we can walk around this way. Yeah, see. Give my money. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. Oh, the door is open.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Yeah, it looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only
Or
these
that.
people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
I'm probably the odd one out in that. I don't really like... I like pen and paper, generally as a concept, and I like watching it as long as it's somewhat based in either reality or maybe something like the past, but still, you know, relatively realistic. I'm really not a fan of fictional pen and papers in the sense of having, you know, goblins, orcs, and all of that. It's just not my thing, really.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
Yeah, that... It makes sense to have it automated then, because otherwise that would never work.
Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head thinking. Curse got them, I see no other explanation. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
Oh. He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
What could I just get?
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Fort complete.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Well, we get +1 XP for every orb clicked, which is great. And all intellect learning caps raised by 1. Which is not bad, I assume. But not particularly useful at the moment, I think. The advanced race theory. -1 drama, fooled by the absurdity. It's fine. We needed to get past that dude. Get XP. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Do I get XP for those? Where is it? Yes, I do. Nice. Skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Okay, and more money? No, a cube. Ah, the filament memory. There we go. Off we go to the cube machine. Wait, no. Move back here. I had a circle. Is this Emma's atelier? Who's Emma? I mean, maybe, but who's Emma?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play again.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Alright, thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Is it my... Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
This is the police. Open this thing, please.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air. I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
We'll see.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. She hums. And what's that, this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. What are you, a machine? Or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
That is what a machine would say.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian Station.
Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
Nope, it's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Thought maybe that would print the password. Let's open the door. Where does this lead us to? Okay. Creepy. Is that a bear fridge?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Crack it open.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
You said I pocketed it. I would have rather just read it. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place, and why is it still working?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it and alights. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Close the door then. What do we have here? Oh, real and magnesium. Improving our morale. This? An incinerator, maybe?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Yell hello into the furnace. That doesn't sound like a smart idea. Maybe it's the malignant entity. Passant said it lives in the chimney. No. You know what? I am tempted to just scream hello into it. Do I want to do it? Ah, yeah, whatever.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
That was close.
Then,
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer. Okay, so they're nice, apparently.
you've awakened the entity.
Hello? Are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Alright. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Anything else down here that we need to look at? There's a safe here. An ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. Okay, maybe not a safe. What is this? The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Ooh. What do we have here? Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Okay.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Cache. Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspector rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Certainly.
He likes this find.
So do I. I've got a gun now. Antique bell mug rape rifle. I can't equip it now, can I? No. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, let me read the note actually.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the notes.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Talking about Kumo here. Or Kuno? Kuno, yeah.
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswaf.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Probably. Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be? Not that we've already found it anyway.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Yes, put the note away. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Yeah. Alright. What about this? A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. And here we have more money and no supply.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Unplug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
That one, right?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Turn the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to...
Yes, yes. I'm aware. Voice in my head. Make that. Like that.
This orange machine is dead
3%.
still.
Pry
It
bar.
has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer.
Pry bar
The
not
ice
strong
around
enough.
it slowly melting.
I mean, we can try it.
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
Yeah, -70. I'd needed the double 6, otherwise this was not going to happen.
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Oh, it's totally gonna be ice cream in it. Why not turn off the fridge bear too?
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Alright. There's another thing here, probably some more money. There's stairs down there. Take the insane mesh tank top. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Okay. More money. Not a lot, but some. A cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. What I now want to do is go back. First of all, check out the ice cream. Not the ice cream, the bear fridge again.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Okay, we're at least saving them some money on electricity. Bring me back there. I want to go up the stairs the other way first. The way we came from. Game also just told me that I can sneak out behind Katsuragi's back if I need to do something without him knowing. What is up here? Not a lot. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. And some cans up there. Postcard La Delta 51. Would that perhaps maybe have the password on it? No. Doesn't. Anything else up here? Oh. There you are.